Greetings, everyone. I'm Diane Williams, the founder and president of the Source of Synergy Foundation. And on behalf of all of us at the Source of Synergy Foundation, I'd like to welcome you to the 2021 Synergy Superstar Awards, honoring a truly remarkable synergizer, scientist, champion of interspiritual dialogue, mystic, and evolutionary leader in the movement for global transformation, Dr. Kurt Johnson. So this award is given to extraordinary individuals who source the power of synergy to expand human consciousness, increase our connection with the totality of all, and utilize their vast gifts in service to the great evolutionary awakening, which sets into motion potent forces of creative transformational change. Kurt joins distinguished past awardees Barbara Marx Hubbard, Don Beck, Jean Houston, and Irving Laszlo. Dearest Kurt, we honor you today and every day for all of the many ways you have brought together individuals, organizations, networks, and communities so that their collective efforts could exponentially expand and have a more powerful effect on the good of the whole. We are all so deeply grateful to have you in the world, especially at this critical moment of choice. You truly embody everything this award represents and so much more. I wanted to share one example with everyone of how Kurt always looks to increase our connection with the totality of all. When we first told Kurt that he would be receiving this award, his immediate first thought was, how could this be about the collective we and not me? That's why Kurt is a synergy superstar, because he consistently dedicates his energies and a tremendous amount of time to cultivating opportunities for synergy, yet he always makes sure he attributes these amazing achievements, not to himself, but to his unwavering belief in the power of the collective to make a greater impact as a whole than through any individual efforts could do. So dear Kurt, to honor this natural inclination, today as a collective we will be celebrating all of the evolutionary initiatives you have helped catalyze through your perseverance, dedication, commitment, brilliance, leadership, humor, and humility. And at the same time, we will be celebrating all of the amazing partners you have joined together with to collaboratively make so much synergistic magic happen. So now it's my pleasure to introduce our beloved Source of Synergy Board Chair, Barbara Layton, to welcome you. So Barbara.
Thank you so much, Diane. And hello, everyone, and welcome to the Source of Synergy Superstar Award celebration of 2021. As Diane said, we are so thrilled to be honoring Dr. Kurt Johnson today, who has so clearly and lovingly demonstrated the essence, the spirit, and the power of synergy through his dedicated, profound, and truly exquisite work. Just this morning, I was just sitting quietly and just really thinking about the word synergy and how relevant and meaningful it is, especially at this time, but for all times. And it's, we all know it's about working together. It's about giving rise to the adventure of collaboration, creative cooperation, the openness to new ideas, embracing trust and respect for one another, sharing and honoring one another's personal experience and expertise, and the beauty and wisdom of working and discovering together. I believe it takes great love, great resolve, and great courage to do that. And, these times call for nothing less, and for that matter, all times call for nothing less than that. Kurt, your astounding work has continually illuminated and shown us the profound nature of what is possible when we do exactly that. when we lead, when we live, when we love within that context of synergy. You are truly wondrous, Dr. Kurt Johnson. Please know from our heart to yours that the Source of Synergy Foundation is so deeply grateful as we continue to be inspired and, may I say, in awe by your deep humility, your deep kindness, your courage, and commitment to the beautiful work you lovingly share with us all. The deepest gratitude to you, dear Kurt. And please know it is an honor for all of us here and a privilege to be honoring you today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Beautiful. So now it's my distinct honor to introduce the amazing Deborah Moldow, Director of the Source of Synergy Foundation's Evolutionary Leaders Circle. Deborah and Kurt has worked really closely together over the years in co-creating many opportunities for synergy that have resulted in a vast number of meaningful collaborations and countless activities that have rippled out into the world in so many profound ways. So now I'd like to turn it over to Deborah to introduce our phenomenal awardee, Dr. Kurt Johnson. Deborah?
Well, thank you so much, Diane. It is an honor, but also a daunting task to introduce Kurt Johnson and to tell you a little bit about the extraordinary life of this extraordinary synergizer. Kurt Dwayne Johnson was born in Iowa and grew up in Nebraska. So far this sounds like a very normal life, right? He played drums in a rock band, something that I found out only recently. But then things began to change when he moved to New York State in 1969 to enter the Anglican Order of the Holy Cross as a contemplative monk. And because Kurt never does just one thing at a time, he also began his doctoral studies in evolution and ecology. And that included a program at the museum, the American Museum of Natural History in New York City, an association that lasted for 25 years. In fact, if you look Kurt up on the internet, you will find him listed in Wikipedia as an entomologist. And he's known in science for his writing on taxonomy, evolution, and ecology, especially about butterflies. He published some 200 scientific articles and some books about butterflies. He named hundreds of species of butterflies during that period, including what are called blue butterflies. And that's a common name for a type of butterfly that was also a favorite of the novelist Vladimir Nabokov and during his scientific career. So Kurt co-authored 2 books about this relationship, the one called Nabokov's Blues, which was named a top 10 book in science in the year 2000, and then his book on science and the arts, Fine Lines, published in 2015. And of course, one tradition was not enough to contain Kurt's spirit. He left the monastery, he raised a family, he worked at a law firm while continuing his work at the museum. But Kurt's destiny was not confined to science alone. Kurt has been ordained in 3 spiritual traditions, including as an echo minister. He became a close associate of Brother Wayne Teasdale, the founder of the modern interspiritual movement. And he also has worked for a long time with the International Contemplative Alliance and Father Thomas Keating, who's founder of the Centering Prayer Movement. And together with Teasdale and others, he co-founded the International Interspiritual Dialogue Association in 2002, which expanded to become the virtual interspiritual multiplex web resource that I'm sure many of you get update emails from on a regular basis. Kurt co-authored with David Robert Ord the seminal book, The Coming Interspiritual Age, in 2013. This is an encyclopedic presentation of interfaith and interspirituality, and also covers the synthesis of world religions and the science and the developmental and evolutionary views of history. It's an extraordinary work. He's a founding member of the Contemplative Alliance and president of the Friends of the Institute of Noetic Sciences. And Kurt has served on the faculty of the One Spirit Interfaith Seminary in New York City for more than 12 years. He's also a vice president of the National Ethical Service, which he's represented at the United Nations, where he has worked with the Eco-Spirituality Working Group of the Congo Committee on Spirituality, Values, and Global Concerns. Now, another significant thread in Kurt's amazing life has been his close association with Ken Wilber and integral theory. And now he works closely with Dr. David Sloan Wilson, particularly regarding the scientific support for altruism as a basis for human success. When Kurt was nominated into the Source of Synergy Foundation's Evolutionary Leaders Circle in 2016, his natural embrace of synergy expanded in new ways. He immediately became a super active member, deeply engaged in our advisory council, and as co-editor of our 2020 book, Our Moment of Choice, Evolutionary Visions and Hope for the Future. As a co-founder of Unity Earth, Kurt began co-editing two beautiful online magazines, The Convergence and Light on Light. And he became a host of a series on Voice America Internet Radio. And these media outlets have given Kurt enormous opportunities to showcase the work of countless visionaries, including so many of his fellow evolutionary leaders. Now, 2 years ago, the evolutionary leaders began to organize into interest-based synergy circles. And Kurt immediately saw the possibilities for heightened synergies, both within the EL community and also in alignment with others. And he helped develop the guidelines and immediately co-launched the Conscious Business Synergy Circle with Steve Farrell. And then also synergy circles focused on biocultural sacred sites, bridging consciousness divides, contact and conscious evolution, education, science and spirituality, media, and recently the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. So I'm just going to show you now a little gift from John Raymer to highlight a fraction of Kurt's associations, not with people, because that would be bigger than any of our computer screens, but with books and publications and organizations and synergy circles through the Source of Synergy Foundation, and so many of Kurt's activities. He is beyond encompassing. So nothing stops our Kurt, whom we are celebrating today with this wonderful Synergy Superstar Award. His brilliant mind, his compassionate heart, his vast capacity for work, and his endless supply of jokes have endeared him to so many. But it is his deep commitment to synergy that we celebrate today. Kurt believes in people and in our ability to co-create the next phase of human evolution. He is a master of synergy. So now let's take a brief stroll through some images of Kurt's life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deborah, and thank you, Kurt. Yes, one person can achieve all that in one lifetime. So dearest Kurt, now is the moment. The Source of Synergy Foundation is honored to bestow upon you, Dr. Kurt Johnson, the 2021 Synergy Superstar Award for your exemplary work in catalyzing synergy through evolutionary collaborations. So I wish I could give this to you in person, but we'll have to give it to you through the screen. Kurt.
Well, thank you all so much. To start, I want to give a huge thank you to the about 360 persons who have been a part of the Evolutionary Leaders Synergy Circles over the last 2 years. And part of the over 20 programs, publications, initiatives, media, and so on that we have done together as Synergy Circles of the Evolutionary Leaders, much of it in 2021. I think this is really where our EL future resides, as a leading group of groups and network of networks. And I'll say more about that in a moment. But first, I want to especially thank two people, Deborah and Diane, because in doing this work with the circles over the last couple of years, I've gotten a taste of the amount of paperwork that's involved in keeping the evolutionary leaders going. So a big thank you to them and to the board of the Source of Synergy Foundation, the Council of the Evolutionary Leaders, and all of the other components of our Evolutionary Leaders Circle. I also want to thank in advance those from the beloved sisterhood and brotherhood and family who will also be offering their comments in just a moment. Expressing the value that we all share would take far more than the 5 minutes that I have. Next, I want to resonate just a moment on a personal note, because I think it is an important recognition of what we all share. And that is the quiet moments that I know that all of you have. When you really wonder if all this work is really worth it. And you wonder about your own personal calling and why we do all this. I have those moments too. And I want to acknowledge them in all of us, where in the flickering between yes and no that goes back and forth, we reflect deeply on that. And so in that, I want to salute all of you who in that moment decide, as the poet Allen Ginsberg said, to remain and to continue, and to strive to remain sane, loving, and intact. So thanks to all of you for being a part of this community. And so now briefly to the business at hand. I think we all know that we are entering a time where the mantle for global change is very much in the hands of civil society. And the question will be how civil society can mobilize and truly have an effect on the ceilings and centers of power and polity, which are so often so stuck and seem so helpless, hopeless in the antiquated and ineffectual old paradigms. We all know the drill on this. Exactly at this time, we appear to be moving into an era for the effectiveness of groups and networks of networks. Can they really make a difference? Well, we'll have to find out. And it will definitely be learn as we go. The evolutionary leaders are a unique place to test these potentials of groups and networks of networks. We are a loose confederation of very awake and very skilled evolutionary leaders. We're not tied to just one leader or just one brand. We have many talented leaders, organizations, networks, and brands that make up our community. It is likely no accident that in the last years we've been, to quote our EL member Rick Ulfik, the founder of we.net, that we've all been on this journey to we. That is an understanding that is in common to all of us, and also the reason for our evolutionary leaders' founding, our call to conscious evolution. Within our ranks are countless individuals and organizations who yearly produce prolific and inspiring programming on the journey to we, toward that collective world that works for all. I wish we could read that long list of all those leaders and organizations who are a part of our circle. Especially in the last 2 years, we found that our vision is towards synergy circles, where we unite within our community and with other communities to identify and serve areas of effective programming and shared activity. This is truly real and truly inspiring for all of us. We have discovered that the sweet spot for partnering is a balance of autonomy and synergy, where everyone is able to bring their own inspired vision, calling, and contribution, and on a case-by-case basis decide to join this or that opportunity for co-working or not, and in either case, with no worries. To close, as we move out of 2021, we are about to induct a very large number of new members into our community. And they are only a part of a larger number of persons who are dedicated to this work and who can join us in many other ways we're looking toward for the future. So we not only have a strong basis and vision for our synergy circles, but also for our aim to create a roster of partner organizations. We are already talking to other groups of groups and networks of networks who are moving in similar directions, and we are inviting the most skillful partnerships possible. In closing, we must say again, we don't know all the details of this unfolding, but it certainly appears to be what has carved itself out in front of us. So I'm excited, and I think you are too. So let's move toward doing more and more and more with this amazing circle of evolutionary leaders that Source and Circumstance have assembled. So many, many thanks and just tons of love to all of you.
Thank you so much, Kurt. You are a true inspiration to all of us. Take a bow, Kurt. So as you can imagine, there's a lot of people that wish to congratulate Kurt. So we're going to start with Kurt's beloved son. Kurt's son, Ricardo Mahias, is joining us with his lovely wife, Lauren, to say a few words. And I know how proud Kurt is of Ricardo's work at the National Resource Defense Council, which is a nonprofit international environmental advocacy program, which works to safeguard the earth, its people, its plants, its animals, and the natural system on which all life depends. And I know we're all very, very grateful to Ricardo, Kurt, and all of the earth stewards taking responsibility, including so many of you, for caring for our earth and all life. So Ricardo, I'd like to turn it over to you, and also if Lauren would like to share as well. She's welcome to.
Thank you. So I do have a speech prepared, so please disregard my indirect gaze as I read my speech. Often, it's only when I look back on my life can I truly appreciate how lucky I've been. All the small forces that have shaped who I've become and who I will continue to grow into collect themselves into a vague pattern too big for me to comprehend, but small enough for me to find the words to. Kurt Johnson is now known by people across the globe under many names, and the name I use is Dad. My dad has played a pivotal role in my upbringing, providing a steady presence, warmth, and kindness I've never seen waver. From our time in Park Slope, Brooklyn, to our road trip across the US and family gatherings both in person and now virtual, the years and circumstances may have changed, but his authenticity, curiosity, and humility remain as vibrant as ever. These qualities of his are so strong that by just being around him, you can't help but take on those traits as well. I believe the seeds of our moral values are planted by those who model them. Over time, those seeds grow, and given enough distance, one can begin to see the vague pattern, a colorful array of foliage, and among those repeated colors is my dad, who I am forever grateful for loving me, for sharing that love to others, and for expanding my perspective of the world and space we occupy. I love you, Dad, and congratulations on this much deserved recognition.
Oh, thank you so much, Ricardo. That was truly touching. So I know so many of you present here today and watching the live stream are or have been part of Kurt's journey through close collaborations, supportive friendships, and the initiation of projects and joint efforts. And we know that a number of you would like to offer your congratulations and words of support to Kurt. So I'd like to start with Claudia Wells. Is she present? Yeah, there she is. Claudia is the chair of the Institute of Noetic Sciences, IONS, which specializes in the intersection of science and the profound human experience. And Kurt is currently the president of the New York Friends of Noetic Sciences. So Claudia.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, everyone. Kurt, I'm going to speak to you. So good to be here with you right now. You may remember that for many years, I worked with Barbara Marx Hubbard on developing the Synergy Engine concept, which was an internet-enabled tool for activating synergistic convergence by scanning for, mapping, connecting, and communicating emergent solutions for bringing about a whole system shift. If you didn't already have the perfect nickname of Captain Kurt, I would call you Kurt the Synergy Engine Johnson, because you are a carbon-based, one-man synergistic convergence machine with seemingly infinite data storage and unhuman processing power for finding the meaningful connections hiding all around us. You naturally perform the same functions we imagined a synergy engine would perform, but with a wisdom, compassion, and eloquence that no technology could replicate, because you embody the most meaningful synergy of all, what I've called the inner synergy of heart-brain coherence. And I believe that's what allows you to do something else that your tech platform counterpart was never even imagined to do, and that is to make us laugh with your incredibly playful perception. I've been lucky enough to experience your ability to find the humor in every situation, laughing until we've cried together on several occasions. And because you laugh at yourself better than anyone I know, I've seen you bring a generosity and a lightness of being that liberates the best in everyone around you. So with you, Captain Kurt, on the bridge, the evolutionary leaders will go where no group of thought leaders has gone before, because we'll truly become greater than the sum of our parts. And I'm honored to be in your engine room. Thank you for the years of love and friendship, for the many joyful memories from Ghost Ranch 2016 to Hotel Milo. I look forward to making many more. We love you and we thank you. Congratulations, Kurt.
Thank you so much, Claudia. We love you too. So next, I'd like to invite David Sloan Wilson to share. Okay, David Sloan Wilson is an evolutionary biologist and the president of Pro-Social World that seeks to enhance cooperation and inspire positive change for the well-being of others. And Kurt has recently produced programs, really fabulous programs on pro-social spirituality, including a recent one during this year's Global Oneness Summit. So I'd like to invite David to share.
Well, when I met you, Kurt, we shared a deep interest in evolution, religion, and spirituality. For me, it was intellectual, and for you, it was lived. And I think what I have to thank you for is helping me live spirituality more than I ever did before. I love the concept of catalysis in chemistry. A catalytic substance is something that you can sprinkle into a chemical broth in very small amounts, and it can increase the rate of a reaction by orders of magnitude and without being used up in the process. And the idea that there can be chemical catalysis, that the rates of positive cultural evolution can take place 100 or 1,000 or 100,000 times faster, the idea that that's a real possibility, I think describes what we're all trying to do and what you do, Kurt, so exceptionally well. And I think it's thanks to you and your combined training in science and your lived experience in spirituality that you're actually bringing this whole community of conscious evolution leaders together with the hard science of evolution, which is the role that I play, that I humbly play. And I think that it's only thanks to you that we've been catalyzing that necessary convergence. And when we met, it was right away, we bonded so fast that you invited me to an event in Colorado that was only 4 months away. And I jumped on it. And I actually chronicled it at the time. I wrote an 8-part series called My Spiritual Journey, My Excellent Adventure, that included meeting Karuna, who's on this call. It's there that I met Ken Wilber, only thanks to you. And so, of course, when I had my chance to have a conversation with His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and I could bring only one person, that person was you. I didn't even have to think about that at all. And I'd like to end just by saying that the journey continues. And this catalytic journey, I think, is only just beginning. And so I encourage everyone on this call to follow Kurt's lead so that we can continue to become more integrated and to catalyze future cultural evolution, conscious cultural evolution together. So Kurt, I am very much in your debt, my friend.
Thank you, David. Yes, the journey is just beginning. So next, we're going to have a video message from Ben Bowler, who couldn't make it because he's in Australia, so it's quite early in the morning for him. Ben is the Executive Director of Unity Earth, a global network building a worldwide movement for unity and peace that Kurt co-initiated with Ben and others.
Hi, this is Ben Bowler, and it's an honor to be here as we come together as a community to honor the one and only Dr. Kurt Johnson and the Synergy Superstar Awards from the Source of Synergy Foundation. Wow, what to say about Kurt in 2 minutes or less? It's a challenge. I got to meet Kurt through an incredible series of providential connections, primarily through Doug King in 2015, and my life has never been the same since that moment of a few days. Really in deep conference down in Atlanta at Doug and Danae's place. And since then, you know, Kurt has been such an extraordinary uplifter for me and my work and our work together, and in a way that where Kurt and I came together with others, and Unity Earth emerged out of that deeply co-creative exploration. You know, with deep roots going into his decades of work in the spiritual movement and interfaith and the UN and the peace work and et cetera, and just the way that Kurt lifted me up. And I know he's done it for so many, perhaps everybody here on this call in some way or another, but that lifting up and connecting to the network and instilling belief in me and instilling validation of the you know, what I was feeling called to do, and just the power of that belief from somebody as, you know, of Kurt's stature has been a game changer for me, as it has for so many people, young and old, or young and heart, all across the spectrum, who have benefited from Kurt's incredible servant leadership, and just the humility, the wisdom, the grace, the humor, and the fun, and the constancy, the dedication, the devotion, the immaculate kind of levels of preparation that Kurt has demonstrated through the radio shows and through now in Light on Light publications and everything else that Kurt has touched, including all of the synergy circles of the ELs. This award couldn't be going to a more deserving and worthy person. So just, Kurt, wanted to add my voice to the chorus of voices, applauding you, seeing you, and acknowledging you for the outstanding and extraordinary contributions you've made to each of us, and in that sense, to the whole collective that we are and becoming more of every moment. So lots of love, congratulations, well deserved, and I hope you enjoy today. Thank you.
So many thanks to Ben. Now we're so blessed to have with us the angelic, altruistic, ethereal songstress, Kristen Hoffman, who will offer a beautiful song to honor Kurt called Welcome to the Golden Age, the theme song for Peace on Earth by 2030, game that our dear friend David Gershon is spearheading. So Kristen?
It's such an honor to be here today with all of you, celebrating the incredible work of Dr. Kurt Johnson. Kurt, I love you dearly. It has been a joy to watch you work your magic with so many organizations over the past decade that I've known you, and also just an incredible gift to weave with you in so many circles. And I can't imagine a more incredible leader to help take us into the golden age. Here we go. Welcome to the golden age. High frequency, our DNA, anchored in our will to shine, with peace on earth, our guiding light. Our initiation has begun, so close your eyes, heartbeat as one. We are one. Transformation is now. Feel the sun, golden light shining down. When we dream as one, we hold the keys to evolve. See as one, unconditional love. Welcome to the golden age, where presence is the only place, an opportunity to thrive in harmony with all of life. Any obstacle is overcome, hand in hand, heartbeat as one. We are one. Transformation is now. Feel the sun, golden light shining down. When we dream as one, we hold the key to evolve. See as one, unconditional love. Faith and oneness, unity, abundance, love. Oh, love. Empowerment is raising and cooperation.
shining down. When we dream as one, when we dream as one, we hold the key to evolve. We hold that key. See as one. When we see as one, unconditional love. Unconditional. Welcome to the golden age, where peace on earth in one decade is held in every heart and mind, and lifted through the codes of time. Acceleration has begun. Now's our moment. Live as one. Feel the rhythm of Gaia's drum. Just close your eyes, heartbeat as one.
So beautiful. Dearest
Thank you,
Kristen,
thank you.
you have taken us to another stratosphere. And it's so true. When we dream as one, we hold the key to evolve. Thank you so much for gifting us with your beautiful song that touched all of our hearts. And as Deborah shared earlier, Kurt has played a key role in supporting the emergence of the modern interspiritual movement with Brother Wayne Teasdale. And together they co-founded the International Interspiritual Dialogue. And Kurt co-authored the book, The Coming Interspiritual Age, and served on the board of trustees of the One Spirit Learning Alliance that our next congratulator founded. So I'd like to invite Reverend Diane Burke to share next. Reverend Burke is the founder and spiritual director of both the One Spirit Learning Alliance and One Spirit Seminary that are dedicated to fostering the evolution of the human spirit through the study and practice of the world's wisdom traditions as seen in the light of contemporary knowledge. So Diane?
Thank you, Diane. Thank you to everyone who has shared so far. Kurt, one of the most blessed days of my life was the day that our beloved Joyce Lichtenstein brought you into One Spirit and said, I think this person belongs here with us. And from that time forward, you have been part of the lifeblood of One Spirit, as well as of so many of our lives. Because you and I share a love of poetry, which I don't know if many people know that that is one of your great loves. When I thought about today, I thought of an excerpt from a poem that for me speaks very much to who you are, what you bring to so many of our lives, and particularly to that moment that you referred to in your talk when we wonder, can we do this? Is all of this worth it? So this is an excerpt from the poem, The Hero of the Imogene Pass Race by Rosemary Watola Tromer. When I think of encouragement, I think of Jack Pira, who stood every year at the top of Imogene Pass, in snow, in sun, in sleet, in fog. On race day, 1,000+ runners would reach the top, weary, having climbed over 5,000 feet in 10 miles. And Jack, he would hold out his hand and pull each of us up the last foot, launching us toward the long downhill finish. I remember how surprised I was the first time and grateful to feel him reaching for me, grateful to feel his powerful grip yanking me up through the scree. Good job, he'd say to each one of us, cheering us as we were sweaty and drooling and panting and spent. After that first race, I knew to look for him as I climbed the last pitch. trying to make out his form at the top of the ridge. And there he was, every time. Good job, he'd say, as he made that last steep step feel like flight. There are people who do this, who hold out their hand year after year to help those who need it. There are people who carry us when we need it most, if only for a moment. Kurt, you have held out your hand to so many of us, time after time, year after year. Part of what allows you to create the extraordinary synergy you do is your incredible, incredible capacity to love and maintain specific individual relationships. Always there, always encouraging, always inviting, always affirming. So today we get to say to you, Kurt, good job, Kurt Johnson. Good job. I love you.
Thank you so much, Diane. It's so true. Kurt has pulled so many of us up, and we're so grateful to him for that. So another one of Kurt's many talents is the manifestation of countless publications. So I'd like to invite Karuna, one of Kurt's closest collaborators, to share. Karuna, Kurt, and others are the co-founders of Light on Light magazine and books, where Karuna is the host editor and Kurt is contributions editor for Light on Light magazine, one of the 3 magazines they put out. And Light on Light was founded by the Interspiritual Dialogue Network, whose magazines, books, and Voice of America radio programs are dedicated to illuminating the light of wisdom and compassion of spiritual practices and inspiring lifestyles for the flourishing of health, mind, and spirit every day. So Karuna.
Thank you so much, Diane and Deborah and everyone on this call. I'm so grateful to be a part of this Synergy Circle, and congratulations, my dear friend. I'm not at all, I don't have a script because I had to come from my heart, as you've always made me do so. And when we did meet in Costa Rica and God and Guru put us together, and that light on light, that breath, when we ran into each other where there was no introduction, isn't that amazing? And when the world puts you together and you get to journey and sit together and laugh and cry and listen and learn. And that's what Dr. Kurt Johnson has done for all of us, for sure. But I feel especially valued in this relationship because it's taught me how to develop trust and develop a deeper understanding with a super, super intelligent human being like Kurt, Dr. Kurt, and just sit in his company. And as we've sat with Ken Wilber and David Sloan Wilson and his bathrobe here, and we've been cozy and we've been able to sit in that calmness where there are no words needed spoken or even shared, but we grew, the relationship grew. And that seems to be where we're at in this opportunity today to honor you, dearest Kurt, and to say thank you. And I know that, we've always honored Kuan Yin's spirit together. And so I thought I'd put her in the picture with me today to say thank you for your relentless courage to take us all through what I've been through and to give us hope and help along the way to sit without judgment. And honestly, one of my most favorite stories of Kurt is seeing him in Vermont in the rebirthing classes with many PhDs going, trust her. she can do this. There's something about this yoga practice that's unique and universal, and we need it now. We need it together. And then when he did level 1, level 2, level 3 teacher trainings here in Colorado, and when we were in Costa Rica and studying together and working together, we found that that ordinary place, that place of quiet, that place of learning is always needed, no matter how many certificates we have or opportunities or PhDs we have. That there's that willingness to sit calm together, love each other in this circle, and be together over and over and over again. So with this, my dear brother, Kurt, colleague, Light on Light, opportunity in our new book coming out, Awakening the Yoga Within, and just understanding how precious all of you are to dear Kurt. I know how you mean so much to him, and that we have to keep him healthy, happy, and holy, guys. So we can't let him work so hard. So with all of us, may we just take this moment and wish him great health and happiness, and really take this moment and pray for our dear brother, that he can take time off and rest and receive your blessing. So I'm grateful to be here with you all, and thank you all, and so much love, and happy holidays to all of you. Congratulations, dear Kurt. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, dear Karuna, and many thanks to you, Kurt and Kuan Yin, for manifesting Light on Light in so many forms.
Thank you. Thank
every
you,
day.
Diana. Thank you, dear.
We love
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
So, as we know, Kurt's middle name is Synergizer. So is our next congratulator's middle name, John Raymer. John, along with his lovely wife, Summer, are the co-founders of the SIGN Network, Synergize Impact Network Exchange. That's what SIGN stands for, which is a global alliance of social innovators committed to large-scale behavioral change through collaborative learning, innovation, and unprecedented unified action. And we are so grateful to John for developing the Kumu map that Deborah and Becky were showing earlier, and all the ways that he's been supporting collaborations. So John, we'd like to welcome you.
What an honor. What an honor. God, I love you, Kurt. I'm someone who's been, and thank you, Diane and Deborah and Becky and everybody here. And I know it's a privilege to get to say a few words. And I've been blessed with so many great teachers. And Kurt, you are a great teacher. And you've never talked to me like I'm a student. You've always just demonstrated and modeled what is it to be committed to empowering others to achieve purpose in this world. I'm so glad you mentioned those moments when we wonder, what are we doing? And to choose life. That's power. You are a powerful expression of unity and love in action, my dear brother. So many times I've drawn from you. We call it donkey work. That's a phrase you and I have used because we know that's what it takes. Willingness to just follow through on a long list of commitments that you must have every day. First off, I also want to thank you for the gift it's been to hear Kristen sing. And I know that you didn't want this. I know this is probably one of the hardest things for you to do, is to be willing to sit there and be fawned upon. Oh, I know. But you know what? We need to be able to do this. This is authenticity. This is us telling the truth. And there is no greater and more fitting tribute than for each of us to rise at this golden age and make it so that all these moments together are not for naught. Like Elena beautifully says in that book that you've published, unity is the way. And living and demonstrating this in the way we live and the way we care for each other is the most fitting way I can commit and ask all of us to commit to have your life be the honor and shining light it has been for us, Kurt. You have fed us. I am so grateful. I can't believe I know you. I can't believe you care about me too, on your long list of people that you love and care for. So this is an opportunity not for us to miss, to say, yep, Kurt's right. Enabling others to achieve purpose is the greatest gift that we can do. Thank you, dear brother. And remember, you can call me anytime in those moments when you wonder. I'll remind you, as I know you've reminded me. It's a beautiful privilege to know you and to be a part of this incredible community. So with that said, I'm committed to being the best Kurt Johnson I could be and care a little bit more for those around me and make sure that we all rise together. I look forward to the journey ahead.
Thank you so much, John. Yes, achieving our purpose is truly the greatest gift we can do and give. And thank you for gifting us with your presence. We love you. So during the next 5 to 10 minutes, we want to invite anyone else that wishes to acknowledge Kurt to say a few words. We ask you to keep that to 1 minute or so. We know there's just so many people that want to also share. So before we close, is there anybody else that would like to share? And maybe Becky, I think, would you be able to track this?
Rick, I see you waving. Are you waving at us, or you want to say something, Rick? Hi, Rick.
It's so great to see all of you, to hear all of you. Each person has contributed so much. And Kurt, it's just, no words can express. And I just want to thank you, Kurt, over the years for the support that you've given to me personally and for the partnership, working together over the years. It's, and I think it's more than 2 decades, if I'm not mistaken, which is amazing, right? Just amazing. So thank you so much. Oh, and I wanted to add one thing that people, to the long list of your accomplishments over the years, you are keeping up with news and current events like no one I know. And because I listen to news and politics, avidly every moment of every day. And you come out with things hours before I hear them from all the news sources that I listen to. So I just want to acknowledge you, in amongst all of this, you're still keeping current with everything that's going on and informing people around you about it. So thank you for being you, Kurt. It's just so important for me and for all of us in this community that we have. Thank you.
I see Cynthia and William have their hand up.
Kurt, congratulations on this incredible award. I'll just say a few words. I called you up after Wayne Teasdale told me, you need to call Kurt Johnson. And this was prior to the Parliament of World Religions in Barcelona in 2004, which sadly, as you know, Wayne never made it. But I had a very incredible conversation with Wayne about interspirituality, referred to him from Father Keating. And so I called you up and we had an amazing conversation, at the end of which I felt like we had already been friends for years. So that when I actually met you at the Parliament, it was like we were brothers. And I just want to thank you for all the levels. I think it's The other thing I want to say, because I can say this as a scientist, Einstein has a statement somewhere, and I'm just paraphrasing, where he says, if you take the temple of science and remove those who have a professional, egoistic agenda, and those who have an economic agenda and a personal agenda, you end up with 2 or 3%. And those are the real scientists. I want to say to you that you are a real scientist, one who not only practices the discipline in an impeccable way, but you also hold the future of science itself in your heart and bring the fullness of genuine pursuit of truth to the discipline. And so you bring in the spiritual dimension and the social justice dimension, and you live it in the depths of your being, as exhibited so profoundly by this incredible network of networks that you've been weaving for so many years. So I just want to bow to you on that particular level too, because as Einstein said, there are actually precious few of them. So bless you, my brother, my friend. I love you.
Bless you, Kurt. And I just want to add a couple sentences here to add to what Will has said, that my experience of you, and I think of most everyone, is that you are a lover of God, and you are bringing the divine energy, the divine spirit to this manifest realm as a bodhisattva on the path, helping us all to rise to that highest consciousness. So congratulations, it is well deserved. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia and William. Becky, who's next?
I see Kay. Hello, Kay. And you can, there you go.
Well, Kurt, I couldn't let the opportunity go by without at least saying something. And following up on the previous speaker, he talks about the real scientist. You are an extraordinary human being. And I really look to you as you're the model of what the next stage of humanity might look like. And you just exude that and invite everyone that is around you to join you in that and moving forward. Truly an evolutionary person. And I thank you for the many ways that we have connected. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Kate. Becky just texted me to say that Margot is next.
Hi, dear brother Kurt. I was reflecting back on when we first met in the very early years of science and non-duality, and it didn't take me long to get that if I followed you around with the interspiritual tribe, that band that came together around you, I would meet the most wonderful, loving, wise, and truly non-dual people. And I fell in love with you then. And most recently, being on the Humanity Rising 12 days of the COP calls, knowing that you were in the background, super gluing it together, as you do so wisely, it just totally moved me. And knowing that we're in this time of all hands on deck, 5 minutes past midnight, and how seriously you take that, just gives me hope. And that you run the whole spectrum of possibilities and the multidimensional intelligence that you bring to helping to preserve Mother Earth, democracy, all the fields that you guide us through. And then if we need to know about vaccines and what's up with them, who do we call? We call Kurt. And pretty soon we've had an hour personal conversation. And I just want to double down on what Karuna said. May you take such beautiful care of your dear self. What you've launched is unstoppable. so you can stop some. We love you.
Thank you, Margot. So true. So Alan Seinfeld is next. Alan, can you unmute yourself, please?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. I remember meeting Kurt, I think it was the early 90s at a friend Michael's house for a nonviolent communication workshop evening or something like that. And then he invited me to the Interspiritual Dialogues. And that was this kind of small group. And from there, it started to snowball. We started the One Voice Coalition. He came on the board of FIONS, the Friends of the Institute of Noetic Science. And then he was off and running, you know, I knew when I met him, this was an important connection for me and the world. So he's still running. That snowball's still gaining speed downhill, and who knows where he'll be next and what he'll be doing. So thank you, Kurt.
We can't wait to hear. Thank you, Alan. And next, Jeff Janan.
Well, Kurt, it's a joy to honor you. Our journey began when Wayne Teasdale's ended. We met at his memorial in Austin, Texas. And being the Johnny Appleseed that Wayne Teasdale was, we didn't know about each other prior to then. And I can't think of a better ambassador for interspirituality and the 9 elements. You are kind of like the, you are such a synergizer on so many levels. You're kind of like a Kevin Bacon of spirituality. And you introduced me to my colleague at Contemplative Life, Kate Sheehan Roach. You introduced me to my colleague at Pro-Social World, David Sloan Wilson. And it was through those efforts that we also combined spirituality and science with pro-social spirituality. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is a legacy that is going to carry on, you know, for ages to come. Thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Jeff. And I see Yanni would like to say a few words.
Yes, hi. Kurt, the first thought is, what kind of a dumb joke can I say? And to see who could up whom or down whom, whichever direction it goes. And the beauty of all your humor and just yourself, your beingness, is that it comes from the heart. You know, it penetrates way beyond the mind and just lands where it matters. I've known Kurt maybe 42, 43 years, or at least I first met him back in the day. And I was kind of trying to find a picture to maybe show here to show that we were once young and didn't have the gray hair. And then we kind of, you know, found different paths, and there was Kurt in Facebook. He had white hair, a little thumbnail, and I wrote him and found myself back in this world of the interfaith work. And whenever I think of you, Kurt, I just want to read a little piece from Tagore. It's very short. This won't be long. I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy. So thank you for the joy that you are and you bring to us. The laughter, that's, yeah, the joy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yanni. And now, Oscar, would you like to say a few words?
I just want to thank Creative Source for Kurt and I being passerbys on this journey through Pachamama in service to the beautification and sanctification of all life. We met, 25 years ago on a forest path in the mountains of North Carolina. And since then, our paths have woven together in multiple ways, too many to mention at this time. Yet each time I've fallen deep and lost myself in Kurt's heart, which is boundless and eternal in its compassion. And not to speak of his intellect, which allows me to soar like on the wings of eagle and condor through the multidimensional realms of wisdom still being imparted to a new humanity. It's been a journey of discovery, evolution, of humility, of transparency, of wholeness, and most important, of love. And I adore you, brother. Thank you for being who you are.
Thank you, dearest Oscar. So Deborah would like to say a few quick words before we go towards our closing. And I don't see anybody else's hands up. Oh, JJ. Okay. I see JJ has he's waving his hand.
Yes, Desiree and I would like to extend our great love to you, Kurt. You know, you are all of us put together in one. You are the authentic Captain Kurt on Spaceship Enterprise. And if anyone can lead us into the future, certainly you can. We love you because of your great humility and service to all humanity. And we're very proud to be part of this great team that you lead with great shepherding knowledge, continuation, and much love for your future. May it be long.
Thank you, Dr. Hurtak. So Deborah, would you like to say a couple words before we move to the closing?
Thank you, Diane. And thank you, Diane and the Source of Synergy Foundation for offering Kurt this Synergy Superstar Award that he so richly deserved. I just wanted to give my heartfelt thanks to everyone who has spoken today, because when we told Kurt that he was going to have this honor, he so didn't want it to be about him. He wanted it to be about we. And I think that what all of you have demonstrated today is that Kurt brings forth the we in all of us. And you have given him such heartfelt tributes, and from so many different parts of his life and his work, that you have all acknowledged him in the richness of his being, and in doing so have brought forth that spirit of synergy that unites all of us in common purpose. And so I just wanted to express my gratitude to all of you, and to beloved Kristen, who put that all into music. And of course, to Kurt, whom we love so much, because he has brought forth so much opportunity and wisdom and just plain hard work to bring us all together in moving into a future that doesn't look like the past. We love you and we admire you, Kurt, and everybody who's on this call who has spoken and who hasn't spoken holds you in such a special way in their heart. Thank you for being our Synergy Superstar.
Thank you, Deborah. So true. Eve, would you like to say a few words? I see your hand is up.
Yeah, I know Deborah just sort of summarized for everyone, but I'm sorry my hand wasn't up properly. Just wanted to quickly say that Kurt, from the time we, I think it was when we met, I don't know, through the ELs or something, and realized that we'd been circling and knowing each other's names since the 70s, you know, just through all of our work. Just to say that having been able to get to know you more and spend the time we've spent together in conversation on the phone or face to face, just to send you love, like everybody else is doing, and great appreciation for who you are. So thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much, Eve. And thank you everyone for being with us today to honor our beloved Dr. Kurt Johnson. And before I turn it over to the spectacular Pato Banton and Antoinette Rootsdaughter for the soon to be amazing finale of today's program, we wish to express our deep gratitude To all of the fabulous people that contributed to today's program, including Becky Suzak, I'm going to give her a round of applause, Deborah Moldow, both of them really helped to coordinate this program. John Raymer, again, for manifesting and to form the Kumu map and featuring all of Kurt's many connections and collaborations, and for creating a sine wave for this program that will go out vastly through social media and really make even more synergy happen. And to our fabulous musicians, Kristen Hoffman, Pato and Antoinette, of course, to Barbara Leighton and all of the Source of Synergy board members, as well as the members of our Evolutionary Leader Circle for their unwavering support and loving service. And to all of you, as Deborah said, that offer congratulations for our dear Kurt and everyone that joined via Zoom and tuning in via Facebook Live to honor our very special Synergy Superstar awardee. So now for our finale, we're in for a treat. We have Grammy Award winner musician Pato Banton and the fabulously talented and world-renowned keyboardist Antoinette Roosdottir to offer a tribute to Kurt. So Pato and Antoinette.
All right, can you hear me okay? Can you hear us?
Yes, we can.
Greetings,
everyone.
You wanna say a quick hi to Kurt, Antoinette?
Wishing you all the very best, Kurt.
Okay,
Congratulations for the spectacular achievements, for all your success.
Yes, Kurt. We want to say we love you. It's been an amazing journey with you, my brother. And I've learned so much by just watching you in so many different situations we've been in. And I just love your humility and your generosity. And when we can get you to smile, that's the best. So I just want to send a quick message just to everyone here to say thank you for turning up, showing up, and for giving some love to our amazing brother Kurt, who deserves so much more. So anyway, me and Antoinette are gonna do a song called Love is the Greatest. But this one is for Kurt, for all your good works you do all over the world. So many problems in this world that we're living in. So many people feel like giving in. Life is a struggle, but we keep on juggling. Poor man hustling, money man bustling. Yes, we're moving at a fast pace, but I don't want to be in a no rat race. 'Cause there's more to life than material things. Everyone count your blessings, and we got to give. That's because people got to stand up strong. So let's all get together right now and sing this song. Love, oh love, sweet love, it's the greatest thing. Love, oh love, sweet love, it's the greatest thing. Again, love, oh love, sweet love, it's the greatest thing in the world. Can we take it to the bridge? Let's take it to the bridge. You can have the gift of prophecy and understand the secret mysteries. Have enough faith to part the deepest sea. But if you ain't got love, you got nothing. Love is the key to eternity. Love is the truth that will set you free. Love is a gift from the Almighty, I believe. Yes, I believe that love, oh love, sweet love, is the greatest thing. Love, oh love, sweet love, is the greatest thing. Again, love, oh love, sweet love, is the greatest thing in the world. Yes, Kurt, yeah. This one is celebrating my brother Kurt for all of the wonderful things you do around the world. Never claiming recognition for all of your works. But we know, yes, we know what you're worth, my brother. Now love, oh love, sweet love, it's the greatest thing. Love, oh love, sweet love, it's the greatest thing. Again, love, oh love, sweet love, it's the greatest thing in the world. Acoustic style, acoustic style. Yes, Kurt, we love you, we celebrate you, we honor you. And you're looking pretty sharp today too. Love you, brother. And the beautiful Antoinette on the keys. Yes, it's the greatest thing in the world.
Congratulations, Kurt.
Wow, what a true tribute to our beloved.
Namaste.
Love is truly the greatest gift in the world. Thank you so much, Pato and Antoinette. Thank you, everyone, for coming.